All the noise they're making is being captured by the dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions. Get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off in Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You? Kind of like that whole face?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground, to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot.
On one, ready?
First down from the 42.
11 MT, 11 MT. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go. 180. Raise up. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Throwing deep here for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though. They got second down. We're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. 28-yard pickup there. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
First down.
11, 11.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Bengals.
Sending him on the dive. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First down. First and goal, Cincinnati.
11, Thomas.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. He's got it. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals finish off their opening drive.
Evan McPherson.
So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. And let's get to him to take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
His first throw is an interception. DJ Turner comes up with it. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Going after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Set, cut. Needle blue. 33. Yellow. Ready.
Setting up to throw. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22. Green jack. Set, cut.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. That last interception gave him a chance to take the lead, partner. And now their defense gets them another one, so they can start growing this advantage.
Yeah, this defense letting them know we don't want to defend a small lead. Here's the ball again. Go get us a 2-score advantage this time.
They kick the running back in motion. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Man downfield, he's got it. That's Dobbs. He's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
12, 11, 11, 11. 11 empty, 11 mighty.
Burrow from the gun. He brings it in. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
It's set. Big 13.
Running back sent in motion left. Burrow gets it out wide quick. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. You got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard
11
line.
Thomas. Here we go, here we go. Right, Eddie.
They'll try and punch it in. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find pay dirt.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, hut. 45. Needle blue. Spike, white. Ready?
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Lions first down.
Blaster, stick.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Steel, black. Set, go.
Pass play on first and 10. Finds Isaac Tislan, complete. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
A gain of 24
Offense in the
yards.
hurry up here.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Real green.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Claws red. Rail, yellow, set.
Going now on first down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10.
Let's go now. Red, black shot. Hut, hut.
They'll go play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once you throw at this level, so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, here we go. 33, yellow. Hut.
Third and long for him here. Completed over the middle. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. Fourth down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. That's complete to Sloan. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. They come through with 6, and they're rewarded for going for it on fourth down.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 21-7 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Down. 60 red. 60 red. Ready?
Gibbs now from the gun. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down. Looking quickly here.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Flag 2. Red. Cycle. White. White. Blaster. 6. Steel. Black. Black Ultra.
To the air on 3rd and long. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 1-score game in the 1st half.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Lions 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Good work so far. He's got room. Good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
6-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He's thrown deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. They get 35 out of that play. And the Bengals have a 1st down. So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fall for that run stop. Only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Burrow to the air now. He completes it in traffic. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
22.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback, and on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and long. Here's Burrow. Moving off into the red zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 13-point lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bengals double their lead to 14.
Lions 14.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
10.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure of earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20.
Set. Ready. Ready.
He's going to throw this one. Connecting on the slant. And He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Within 24 yards on that one. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. Set. Red. 38.
To the air now on first and 10. Short pass brought in. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Lions have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Sticking to the air here. Absolutely fires this one right side. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Yellow.
Cincinnati uses its second timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
Blue. Here we go. Here we go. Black 40. Slice blue. Ready.
They are throwing it again. Big strike here to Williams. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a one-score game in the first half.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Will begin his return from the 11. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Deep set of downs for him from the 31. Burrow now on first down. Has it downfield, working the left. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 13-point lead. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. McPherson and the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
6, Mega. Ready, go. Blue, 32, Steel, Black.
They'll throw, third and long. It's on target to Williams. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Even 13 on that play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Throwing off the play fake. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Incomplete pass on 1st down, so still at the 40. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They got 14 yards on that one. And the Lions have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Here we go. Blue striker. Set.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He throws a bullet deep to the... Oh, no, they get him yet again! Through the defense he goes, room to burn! And he makes the house call. It's a pick 6 for Cincinnati.
Kid, I know you've listened to me over the years praise and compliment offenses to just not go away from success. If you're running it well, keep running it. If you're throwing it, keep throwing it. Don't go away from it. This defense, they're not going away from the pressure. And you see the dividends is paid this time all the way for 6 points.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 40. Right. What?
Back to work they go after the interception. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Connects on the crosser. And he will get this inside the 30.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
He was hoping to get it to Isaac Tislaw there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Those are exactly the plays, Kate, that the corners in this league make their money and make their reputation. A one-on-one, and he wins that battle.
2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion.
Red 38. Black shot. Set. Huh?
Here's a throw. Looking right, and he finds it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a call at the spot. He paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Detroit calls timeout. It's seconds. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
The 42-yard line.
1st down from the 42.
Light blue. Set. Steel black. 6. Mega. Needle blue. Cut.
Still sticking with the passing game. Completed over the middle. This is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at
From
the
a great
40-yard
throw
line.
to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing it again here. Trouble brewing, and the Bengals bring him down. So the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd down.
Ready.
One final shot before the half. He's going to let this fly towards the end zone. And the defender comes away with it. And the Bengals are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Everybody's got a song, starting up the pop chart, talking all you wanna do. I've been OD with my callers, my mama getting on. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Here's a return from the 7. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Ready. Right side. 11.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Escapes the pocket. On the run, deep down the left side. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Lions take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll go play action. Bengals get to him and take him down. And the drive begins with a rough 1st step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Ready.
Pass play now. Screen here for Gibbs. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. Fourth down coming up. The Lions readying for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And as this hits and heads out, we wait for the mark, but it should be right on the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 32. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to the well again. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Hut. Right. 95. Hut.
Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And some excellent work to drive him all the way up past the 30-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence. How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Down. 10. Flight blue. Yellow. Set.
To the air on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Gun. Got. 180. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Cut out left. No one's around him. He's got space. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The game gets this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 22. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
He can't escape a quick tackle after the catch. Tackles at the 20. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bengals have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, here's Burrow. It's his running back. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
To the air again, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but incomplete. Didn't get it. That's going to set up second and goal. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming as a fan, as a defensive coordinator.
And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. T. Higgins, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21.
49. Lions 28. Evan McPherson to kick off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring it into that, right in the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Come on, back, ready.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Trying to throw this from the gun. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It'll be the Lions with possession, but this one pretty much decided at this point. $12 to go now on second down after the sack.
Here we go.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Bengals going dime here. 6 DBs out there. 3rd down.
Let's go.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I've talked to you over the years years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Ready. Red, 38. Steel, black. Red, cycle. Smash. Set.
Desperation time here. That's complete to Sloan. And he'll be taken down, but up until he reaches that 45-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Lions first down.
To throw here on first down. And they pick him off again. Demetrius Knight has it. And the Bengals are going to have it after the second interception of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. He beams one deep right side. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Will wind up out of bounds on the return as they take over at the enemy 40 following that INT.
Well, we're watching a defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it, that's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
On first down, it's Gibbs. Nothing doing on the outside. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Ready, ready. Blue, 32. Hut.
Third and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. So that brings up fourth and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
50, green, drill, green. Claws red. Ready.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down.
Coaches challenge you to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. He's out in the clear. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
That is Compton, and it's Higgins again. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals put up even more points in a win. T. Higgins, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. One after up and good by McPherson. The Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Go, check. Go, check.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this is brought to a stop at the 34-yard line there. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Ready.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Here's the backup. First throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
Second and 19 at the 42-yard line.
Coming right is Gibbs. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's third down.
The tackle by the Patriots tonight. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 14.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions trying to do some window dressing. Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Again, it's Gibbs. A good stop by the defense to limit this damage. They gave up 8, but they still forced this 4th down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
60 Eagles, 60. Ready.
They're going to try to throw for it. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. So they keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
At the 26-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
18 more yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Go.
Another one for Gibbs. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground. He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
They work against the blitz. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
And it's incomplete on 3rd goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
18 Cardinal. Ready.
Desperation time here on 4th. Cut near the goal line. He's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one...
Oh, look at this. They're faking it. He's got it right side. And he's into the end zone. They're really pulling out whatever they can to try to make this game closer. That cuts the lead down by an extra 2. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Return starts at the 9. Showing reverse so far. And he's out of bounds, and that's it, Brock, the final play of our game. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.